Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 11th to the 20th, 2019 reading for you. Now I ask that you guys give this video a thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel. This is the way you let YouTube know that you're appreciating the content that I'm putting up. And I like to start each reading with an attitude of gratitude. So thank you all so much for being here. I absolutely adore reading for you guys. Whether you are new or old to this channel, it's an absolute pleasure. So thank you all so very much. And I want to apologize for my voice. I've been sick, so thank you for dealing with me and my disappearing voice. So let's see now, Sagittarius, what June 11th to the 20th, 2019 has in store for you. Sagittarius, June 11th to the 20th, 2019. That's 2019. Sagittarius, June 11th to the 20th, 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 2019. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. June 11th. Ooh, goodness. Okay, so that's where the cards fell. That's where Spirit wants me to stop. At the center of everything, we have you right here as the Queen of Wands. So know that for you personally, Sagittarius, during these 10 days, you're going to feel more comfortable behind the scenes. Because for me, queens, they represent kind of the directors. Kings are like the actors on the stage. Queens are the directors. They are more comfortable behind the scenes. You're also embracing your inner passion, what it is that you desire, your inner magic, that bit of divinity that lives within you. And you're embracing a new day, a new dawn, a new way of moving forward. You're crowned here by the Eight of Cups. There is something that you're walking away from. It's an ending. You're done. And now that you're walking away from it, it actually brings a whole new beginning. This could be walking away from a relationship. The Eight of Cups is kind of like my divorce card. So it can be something that was very intense that you walked away from. I don't mean to imply for anybody that they're getting divorced. But what I'm saying here is that you're ending something, and it's been a big part of your life for a while. It could be a mindset that you have, and now you're thinking about yourself differently. You carry the weight of the world on your shoulders with the Ten of Wands. This is your passion. This is your creativity. This is everything that you want here on this earthly plane. For me, wands represent, kind of like your job, your creativity, where it is that you want to be and how it is that you're moving forward. And you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, Sagittarius. And that's kind of what you're walking away from. Now, you're really embracing the way that you want to move forward. You're finding a way to put down all the burdens that you've been carrying and really focus on what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be. Your next card is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups talks about a pain from the past that you are now leaving behind. And it can be something here, for a lot of you Sagittarians, you've carried this with you for a really long time. And it is a way now that you're moving forward. You're really sitting there and saying, these negative words that people once spoke over you, this sense of lack that once defined you, isn't defining you anymore. You also have here a sense of what you wanted from when you were small, when you didn't know that you couldn't, okay? When you believed that all things were possible. That is what you're really shining, that's what's shining through here. And that's what's giving you the ability to move forward. At your root, you have the Seven of Swords. You're really ending something here. You're walking away from something within your heart. You're walking away from something within your mind. Okay, you're taking all your knowledge and all your understanding, just like the Ten of Wands. This has bowed you over. This has been a heavy weight that you've carried with you. And now it's time to move forward. Now it's time to go after what it is that you truly want and where it is that you truly want to be within your life and within yourself. Then we have the Queen of Swords. I love this. Okay, this represents an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. This could be part of your chart, okay? But this can also be, this is you taking control of a situation, cutting through doubts and fears. It can be that you're leaving behind something that an air sign once said to you, but it also shows here something within your mind, something that has been a part of you for a really long time, and now you're taking control over the situation. You're setting yourself free. I love it. You have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is having the veil lifted from your eyes. And people might say, how can you have the veil lifted from your eyes if the High Priestess always shows up in a reading or shows up multiple times throughout, a month or, throughout people's readings? And this says to me, what the High Priestess says is that it's kind of like we were wrapped in a cocoon. And as we live, layers of the cocoon kind of fall away. And we start to see our truth. We start to see where it is that we want to be, who it is that we truly are, what is it that we truly desire. And that's what the High Priestess shows to me, a truth being kind of let in and really guiding you forward. And with the High Priestess here, you're embracing that truth. You're embracing that way of moving forward. And you're embracing what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be. Okay. And then we have the Emperor. This is an Aries here. This is also a strong, powerful force coming in. And I love it in this line. For some of you, you can be walking away from a controlling relationship, okay? Or somebody who is overly controlling. Because the negative side of the Emperor is kind of wanting to hold on to everything, wanting to control everything. But there's also a sense here of you embracing your inner passion. And it can be you go from being in a relationship or with people who kind of want to control you to people who really let you shine. Because the Emperor in his greatest form, and I say his because the Emperor is a masculine form, but it doesn't have to be a man. It can be a female. It can be however they represent themselves or identify themselves. It doesn't matter. There's a sense of strength coming through. And it's you claiming your strength. You're walking towards your strength. You have the Hierophant. So you have an Aries time frame here, which is March 21st to April 19th. You have a Hierophant time frame, which is right after that, the Taurus time frame of April 20th to May 20th. Okay? You're claiming your power and you're moving in your truth. Now, some people see the Hierophant as a marriage card, which it can very well be, because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is a pope with supplicants at his feet, with monks at his feet, and it is moving forward in traditions. So it can be the tradition of marriage, but here I see it more as the tradition of you claiming what it is that you want, how it is that you want your life, and where it is that you want to be. And then we have the Page of Cups. This is a water sign, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. All right, this is being set free. You have that fish jumping out of the cup right there. It's being set free. It's also healing. Cups in the tarot represent the Holy Grail. So whether you believe in Christianity or not, it says here that the Holy Grail is all about love and sacrifice. It's all about embracing, healing and where it is that you want to be. The Holy Grail is said to have been the cup that Jesus drank and his disciples had the Last Supper from. They drank the cup, the wine in the Last Supper, and it's also said to be the cup that held the blood of Christ when he was crucified. Okay, when they stabbed him in the side, it's supposed to be the cup that gathered up the blood. So it's one of great healing, great sacrifice, and you were protected, and now you're jumping free to embrace what it is that you want, Sagittarius. So let's see here, Sagittarius, June 11th to the 20th, 2019. Sagittarius, June 11th to the 20th, 2019. Sagittarius. Oh, goodness. Okay. These two cards right here. They want to be heard. We have intuition and we have euphoria. Trust your intuition. It's going to be what guides you forward. And there's going to be something just beautiful that comes into your life that really sets you on the right path of where it is that you want to be and what it is that you desire. Let's see what your Witchling cards have to say. Sagittarius, June 11th to the 20th, 2019. Sagittarius, June 11th to the 20th, 2019. Sagittarius. This one right here. Confidence. And this one here. Prosperity. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So we're starting with confidence. And this says, self-confidence opens you to energy required to carry you through each day at your very best. So be confident in yourself as you move forward, Sagittarius, as you're claiming what it is that you want. And the color that shines through here is blue. And that represents the throat chakra. Healing and cleansing the throat chakra is going to be so beneficial for you. And also know the power of the words that you speak over yourself and that you also think. Okay? Your mind has tremendous power over you as you're moving forward and as you're claiming what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be. Then we have prosperity. And this says, know that you deserve all things wondrous and believe that you can have them. Right? This is opening yourself up to the attitude of gratitude, to the attitude of, I deserve the best, okay? And not that kind of selfishness that some people have, but that sense of, I am moving forward, and it's not time to settle. It's time to really claim my desires and what it is that I want. And the color that's standing out here to me is red, and that's healing and cleansing your root chakra is really going to be beneficial to you. Then we have intuition. This says, intuition is the ability to listen to your higher self. So listen to your higher self as you move forward, as you embrace what you want, as you embrace where it is that you want to be. Your intuition is going to be on point. So don't ignore gut reactions to things, okay? Really seriously, you have a power to you. Then we have euphoria. This says euphoria will amplify your awareness of the beauty that life has to offer. See the beautiful side of things. See the beauty as it guides you forward. And as you embrace what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be. At the center of everything, again, is the Queen of Wands. This is passion. This is creativity. This is you represented in the minor arcana, okay? And as I said before, you're going to be more comfortable during these 10 days being behind the scenes. It doesn't mean that your power is going to be less. No, in medieval times, there were queens that ruled nations, right? Ruled kingdoms. But the king was the one that was seen. It took a while for people to be able to have a queen, okay? And not have succession wars and everything like that. So it was a change in people's mindsets. But some queens were much more fierce than their husbands, the king. And they were married to them because it was known that they could make the decisions that the king couldn't, okay? That they could be the ruthless, go-getters that they needed to be. And it's not saying here that you're going to be ruthless, but medieval times, that's what people had to be. Here, this represents to me the goddess Hecate in Greek mythology. All right, it's embracing your magic. It's embracing what it is that you want. You have a new day coming in. You have a new dawn with a sunflower in her hand. You're embracing that new dawn. You're channeling the inner magic within you. That's the bit of divinity that lives within each and every one of us. It takes courage. Embrace that courage. There's something about you being connected with spirit, with your foot in the spiritual world. From that blue, oh goodness, there we go, that blue slipper. So embrace what it is that you want. Walk forward in confidence in self. There's a passion, there's a creativity that you are absolutely embracing, the way that you want to move forward. And I really see it here for a lot of you Sagittarians. You are kind of changing things up. No longer are you willing to be defined as somebody who can't, or by old limitations. Old limitations do not have the hold over you that they once did. You're guided by the moon. Now, for me, this represents the sacred feminine. It's also the full moon in the lunar cycle. Represents a torch being shined on, what we have done before. And how you have defined yourself before, Sagittarius, is no longer working with your soul and yourself. It's now time for you to move forward. You're leaving behind something. And as I said before, this can be as, it can be as intense as a divorce. For some of you, that's what it's going to be. For others of you, you're divorcing yourself from something, from an old way of being, from an old mindset, okay? It can be from an old job. You're really sitting there and saying, I am not this anymore. And it's something that you once thought you loved, you once thought was an integral part of you. And now it's not how you define yourself. And it's time to move on. It can be a mindset of lack. It can be a sense of, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not good enough. No, that's not the case anymore. You're moving forward and you're embracing what it is that you want, because you're moving towards courage. You're moving towards confidence. For some of you, you're moving towards your truth, and you're leaving behind and you're walking away from somebody who tried to control you, who tried to kind of manipulate you, okay? To have you be who they wanted you to be, not who you truly are. And that could be within a work situation. That could be within a romance, okay? That could be a person in your life, a friend, okay? It could be so many different things for so many different people, but it's an end. You're saying, you know what, no more. I can't do that anymore. I'm not that anymore. Then you have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is you have carried on your shoulders so much. You have carried the weight of the world on your shoulders, all right? Your passions, your creativity, what it is that you want, where it is that you want to be, okay? And you've defined yourself, for a lot of you Sagittarians, okay? Here, because it's the only one. Here, if you go from the High Priestess to the Ten of Wands, and then to the Emperor and the Hierophant, this is the only minor arcana card here. And this has been the way that you defined yourself, and this has been the way that you've been overwhelmed, because you've tried to be everything to everyone, and you've actually tried to take the burdens from other people and sit there and said, okay, you know what, I see that you're struggling, I'll help you out. But it's interesting, because in this life, people have these burdens because they need to work through them. That's part of their life path. And yes, you can help them out. But have you ever noticed that sometimes you're trying to do something really nice for somebody and they just don't get it? Or they think, they just start taking advantage of you, or they think, yeah, sure, you thought you were better than me and I needed a helping hand and you gave it because you felt sorry for me, and you're just thinking, that's not the case at all. That's what I'm seeing here with a lot of you Sagittarians, okay? You've tried to help out somebody who really you felt needed you, and they did. Their hearts were calling to your heart, okay? And you tried to take away some of their burdens, and they did not appreciate it the way that they should have. And now you're sitting here and you're carrying your burdens and you're feeling guilty, and it's just weighing you down and down and down. No, it's time to let this go. It's time to get to that place where you are comfortable within yourself. I kind of feel like this house right here, okay? It isn't necessarily you finding a home, you finding the perfect place to, put down your stuff and feel secure. It can be, for a lot of you, you feeling secure within yourself. You finding that place, that kind of Virginia Woolf's room of your own, in which to create and cultivate what it is that you want and the way that you want to move forward. Okay? So it doesn't have to be that you're buying a house or that you're moving to a house or something to that effect. What I'm really seeing here is you're finding a place where you stand tall and firm in what it is that you want, in the way that you want to move forward. Okay? And you're finding a way to put down everything that you've been carrying and see your prosperity. Have confidence within yourself. That's where your witchling cards are coming in. Trust your intuition. This is going to be a euphoric moment. I mean, euphoria might be a bit of a, intense word to use for some, okay? But it's going to be a moment where you breathe, where you feel as if, yes, this is my path. This is where I'm supposed to be. And for a lot of you, when you start putting down the weight of everything that's bowing you down, okay, that's bending you, that's trying to, sometimes it's the weight of the world. It's like Atlas, okay, in Greek mythology. It's Atlas carrying the world on his shoulders, and he's bowed over by it. The weight of the world is so much. So you might find that when you put this down, you're able to breathe, and you're able to see things more clearly than ever before. I mean, you have the Six of Cups right here. And for me, the Six of Cups is when we look at our childhood. Okay, it's a lot of times it's rooted in the childhood. All right, it doesn't have to be, okay, but for a lot of people it starts with the childhood. It could be some innocuous saying or something that you wouldn't really have thought of, that somebody says to you, and it's stuck with you because you were impressionable and you were young, right? And it repeated in adolescence, and then as you're an adult, coming into your own and moving forward. But there's something here. It's that little voice that when you take the weight of the world and you've stopped that battle, okay, it's that little voice inside of you that speaks negativity over you. And it wasn't negativity planted in there by you, okay? It can be, you sit there and say, oh, I've always thought like this. It can be from a past life, right, for some of you. But it's really taking the negativity, those words that were spoken over you, that were somebody else's truth, and that had seeped through your conscious mind into your subconscious being and started being part of that truth for you. And now you're moving forward from it. You're starting to sit there and say, you know what? That's not how I'm defining myself anymore. That's not how I'm seeing myself anymore. It's not from lack. It's not from, I can't. Now I can. And now I am moving forward. Okay? There's this strength that's coming over you, Sagittarius, that you are embracing. And as you embrace it, okay, you start to see and remember what it is that you wanted, that passion that lights your heart on fire, that leads you forward, that lets you embrace that inner magic. Because now within your mind, you're again moving forward. There's a change that's coming over you. There's a way that you're being led to what it is that you want that's going to be quite amazing. And again, it weighs you down. The knowledge of everything that you have accumulated, of every way that you are moving forward is intense. Okay? You're letting go of something right here. You have to. It's something that you've carried with you. It's some knowledge, it's some understanding, and it's just too much. I mean, it weighs you down. It's a negativity, it's some hurt or pain, and it doesn't do anything for you. It just, again, it brings you to a place of negativity. Your angels are carrying a bit of knowledge, a bit of wisdom for you. That right now, again, it's too much. It's like, wow, that's not what I want. That's not what I need. But here, with the Seven of Swords, you are moving forward to where it is that you need to be. Again, you're leaving behind the mind space. This is all about kind of out with the old, in with the new. Okay? This is changing everything for you. Because here, you are crowned with a moving forward emotionally, which I think this is really quite interesting, because you're crowned here, which makes me think of your mind, your head. You're crowned with your emotions. You're rooted where I would think your emotions would be at your root, right? You're rooted here with your mind, with your head, with your thoughts. And those have been such a part of you. And now you're sitting there and saying, you're freeing your mind. You're freeing your mind. You're moving yourself forward. You're embracing what it is that you want. You have the Seven of Swords. You're cutting through doubts and fears. Now, it can be because of this V right here. It can be that a air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius was very intense towards you. It could be very negative towards you over in your childhood, or as you were moving forward, as you were going after what it is that you want. But I also see this here as being a quintessential moment where you take that sword and you cut the ties of the past. You claim your power, you claim what it is that you want, and you set yourself free, Sagittarius. This again represents an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. It can be that you're moving on from them, okay? But this is also saying here that you're embracing brilliance, okay? Passion, brilliance. You know your mind. You know what it is that you want. Things are becoming clearer to you, and you're embracing that clarity. Guard your mind. You're having wonderful ideas. If you can, keep a notebook with you or take your phone and talk in the ideas that you have, because it is going to move you forward to that place that you want to be. You're going to sit there and see within your ideas some brilliant spark that you're going to build off of for a lot of you Sagittarians. Okay, something creative that's going to spark your fire, because here, this is a intense triangle right there. Okay, you have you right at the center, okay, right at the tip of it, and then you have wisdom and you have knowledge guiding you forward. This is again being surrounded by sacred feminine energy that's really moving you to that place that you want to be. You have the High Priestess. This is the veil being lifted from your eyes. And as I said, it's a journey. It is a journey for that veil to be lifted. Okay, we are born, as I said, within a cocoon. There's so much that we don't see. There's so much that we don't understand. And as we live, that veil gets peeled away, right? And we see the truths. We see what it is that we want. We see what it is that we need. We see the way that we're moving forward. Here, you're seeing the truth of matters. And for some of you Sagittarians, this can be, because you're having such a shift right here. This can be that you're coming into your own kind of psychic powers, okay? Your own intuitive powers are leading you forward. So for some of you, this might be astoundingly intense, okay? And as you move forward, knowing your own personal power, knowing your own personal truth, it takes away so many of the burdens that you've been carrying for so long. But trust your intuition. Know that you're going to be getting what it is that you want, but not exactly in the way that you had envisioned, okay? There's going to be some sort of twist, some sort of turn to the situation that's going to take you by surprise. Your clarifying cards: the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Page of Cups. The Emperor, strength, okay? This represents an Aries energy, but this is also your strength, your passion, your conviction. He always makes me think of David or Solomon in the Torah, the Old Testament. So here, it is a sense of you coming into your own power, of you coming into what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be, but being beautifully flawed, because both David and Solomon in the Old Testament, in the Torah, they were flawed human beings. They were profoundly human, and they connected with the divine. And that's what I see moving forward for you. You're connecting with the divine, but you have to accept your flawed humanity, right? This can also be coming into your own personal power. It's being draped by passion. It's brand the blessed. So it's moving forward in blessings. It's being wise and truthful and honest, which again, David, Solomon, coming into your power, right? The negative side of the Emperor, I always see him as being like Nero, who played his fiddle as Rome burned, okay? It's just a selfishness, a self-centeredness. And that's what I see you moving away from. It can be within your own life, within the way that you looked at things. It's going from a selfishness to a really expanding what it is that you want. I'm not saying that you're selfish. I'm saying that there could be times where there was just like something that it was kind of like you had to look out for yourself first and foremost, okay? It can be that you're moving away from a selfish individual and you're really sitting there and you're claiming your power. And you're saying, you know what? Me claiming my power is not me being selfish. It's me living my truth and moving forward the way that I need to be, the way that I need to. Then you have the Hierophant. This is tradition. And I love that you have the 4 and the 5. Okay? The Emperor is also supposed to show the masculine influences in our life as we grow. It's kind of like the patriarchy. So it's not being controlled anymore. And it's knowing that there are rules and there are kind of regulations to things that need to be followed, right? But you're twice crowned. He has the crown upon his head and the torque around his neck. Torques were how the Celts in ancient times showed royalty. Okay, they didn't wear crowns upon their heads. They just didn't. So here you have this sense of really coming into your power and claiming it. Okay? But there's also rules. There's also traditions. There's also a sense of controlling. And it's moving away from somebody who is controlling. For some of you, it's moving towards somebody who is, I don't want to say like a father figure because that's weird, but it can be like a father figure for some, like a mentor. But for others, it's moving into, it can be a relationship where the person is protective and you hadn't had that before. So it might be that you look at the person and you might think, wow, they're being a bit overbearing, but they're not. Okay? Kind of step back, and you have your independence. You need that here with the Queen of Swords, with the Queen of Wands. I mean, you need that. But it's them respecting that, but also building you up, but just being protective, wanting to make sure you're okay, wanting to make sure things are moving forward the way that is safe and right for you. It's love. It's love here. So I know I gave you like two sides of a coin, but that's what I'm seeing within the Emperor. And then we have the Hierophant. This is embracing your traditions. This is embracing what it is that you want, the way that you're moving forward. Okay? As I said, it could be marriage. It can be a marriage that is healing things. It can be a relationship that's moving to the next level, that's really healing things. But I see this also as a connection with your inner self. Okay? This is, again, just like, because for just a moment, Carowin, she gave birth to Taliesin. And he was supposed to be nothing. He was a serving boy who she wound up, because, of course, there's magic in ancient Wales. And she wound up, he shapeshifted into a kernel of corn. She ate him as a hen and shapeshifted back and wound up being pregnant with him. And this was never supposed to happen, right? But she wound up giving birth to one of the greatest Celtic heroes ever. It changed both of their lives. She got what she wanted, a son who was magnificent. He got what he wanted, a life that was more than being, a staggering wrench on the street, somebody who was worthless, somebody who nobody cared about. So here, I'm not going to go into those big stories because it will take too much time and I don't want to bore you all. But here, you're being set free. There's a healing that's coming over you. It's healing your heart, it's healing your soul, it's healing yourself. That's why that fish is jumping out of that cup. Healing within that holy grail, jumping into the waters of the world. Okay? Stand tall, stand firm. You're learning so much. Never stop learning. This can be a water sign, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. Okay? Your eyes are, the veil is being lifted from your eyes. You're embracing your truth. You can be healing from this water sign who spoke negativity over you. Okay? This negativity is connected to an air sign, a earth sign, a Taurus, and a water sign. Okay? So know here that you're claiming your power back from, it could be these people right here, and it can just be from situations where it made you doubt your mind, when it stopped you from moving forward, okay, on this earthly plane. And it made you, kind of close up your heart to what it is that you truly wanted. Your subconscious message right here is the Ten of Swords. Subconsciously, you feel overwhelmed. You feel trapped. You feel as if you can't move forward the way that you want to. As if you're never going to get there. 10, the repeat of the number 10. This is a conclusion, okay? You've come so far. Now it is time to know that this is the darkness before the dawn. This is the time when you doubt yourself before you take that leap and you see that things are possible that you once thought completely impossible. Believe in yourself, Sagittarius. You're on a fantastic road. You've overcome so much and you're moving forward in a chapter that is your truth and in a chapter that embraces your strength and your determination. Okay? Things are going to move forward in a way that brings you what you want, but not exactly how you envisioned it. It's what you need, not what exactly you want. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. If you've made it all the way to the end, bravo. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. And may harmony always be with you. Thank you for giving this video a thumbs up. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. Bye, guys.